Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? Greetings from Istanbul, Turkey. Merhaba, günaydın. Right now, it's Friday, January the 14th, about 10 in the morning here in Turkey, and we're going to do a technical analysis on Bitcoin today. You guys notice anything new about my office? Check out those cool lights. Actually, that's not the new thing. This is the new thing. I got a puppy. I got a 8-week-old toy poodle. Her name is Ellie. She's named after Elliott Wave. And she's amazing. Guraz and I finally decided to adopt a puppy together. We got some big plans and we're buying a house in about 2 weeks here. And hopefully I'll get citizenship. Why did I move to Turkey? Because my girlfriend's Turkish and I love it here. Not only that, our money goes really far in terms of Canadian dollars. So you guys can meet Ellie. She's really adorable. Check her out. She's really, really tiny. She's like a teddy bear. She's about 1 kilogram. She'll grow up to be about 3 to 4 kilograms, maybe 5 at most. She's a toy poodle, 8 weeks old, and she's going to specialize in Elliott wave theory. It's pretty cool that I named her Ellie after Elliott Wave, and Uraz was down for it too since she's a trader. Anyways, I'll show you guys her one more time. It's very, very proud to have her. And let's get into a technical analysis with Bitcoin today, or on Bitcoin. So Ellie, you ready for our first technical analysis together?
Yeah, I'm ready to do a technical analysis. Dog's gone wild. Okay, everybody, today we're going to do a technical analysis on Elliott wave theory, and my name is Ellie, so make sure you guys are taking notes. Let's get the party started. Puppy's gone wild. Puppy's gone wild.
Anyways, she's so fucking adorable. Let's get on with this, guys. Oh, are you scared, sweetie? Okay, thank you very much for indulging me in the first 2 minutes with my little puppy here. She's so freaking cute. So we picked up let's start off with the monthly, okay? Always start off with the monthly to see how things are going. And just to let you guys know, I have a course coming out. Course version 2.0. It is epic. The way that I've been watching every episode over, doing redos, edits, and it's very well made compared to the first two. The first two feels really outdated compared to what I know now. So I'm releasing a brand new version of it. It's going to be condensing courses 1, 2, and 3 all in one. And it's going to have a lot of new content in terms of how I view the market now, some of my golden strategies that I'm constantly using over and over again. For example, I don't take every trade. There's a lot of trades that you can take. And there's no point of taking every single one because, well, you're diversifying your strategy too much, in my opinion. So what I decided to do was just stick to about 4 or 5 strategies that have proved to work for me. And because they proved to work, I just rinse and I repeat them and I refine them to make them better. More importantly, in the course there that I'm releasing, I talk a lot about my golden rules of just tips to follow and rules that I adhere to and I don't break. And especially the golden rules of cutting losses. Because if you're unable to protect your capital, how can you grow it? You have to be able to preserve your capital, to have that discipline, to not leverage high, everybody leverages, let's be honest, okay? Leveraging is really important sometimes because it allows you to borrow money when you have extremely high confident probability positions that you can take. And I admit that I've been doing it, for a long time as well. And leveraging really helps out if you're keeping a low balance online, especially like myself. And then you're trying to capitalize on a very good trade that has very high potential and high probability of it succeeding. And I've always believed in adding size, right, to trades where you're very confident. So I talk about leveraging risks as well, and especially golden rules for taking your losses. I've developed 3 golden rules, right, that have really helped me understand why I need to take my losses at which point as well. Anyways, let's get into it. 5 minutes into it now. So, are you ready, Ellie? You ready? Look how tiny she is. She's like literally the smallest thing I've ever seen. I don't even think she's 8 weeks old. I think she's only like 6 or 7 weeks. she's pretty lethargic right now. So we're just gonna see how she is. She's got to be hand fed still right now. Really, really small, cute dog. Let's go, Ellie. Let's do our first Elliott Wave tactical analysis together, little sweetie. Okay, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. Where we left off with Bitcoin a few weeks ago, actually, let's start off with the higher time frames. Still very bearish, okay? Super bearish on the higher time frames. On the weekly, we have an opportunity in 2 days to close below the 55 EMA. And that's the first time since about September of 2020, which is the course of how many months now? It's been about 483 months. This is so crazy, guys, like how well behaved she is. Like, look at this. I'm starting to talk about my dog a lot, but she's just amazing. She's potty trained already to go on the pads. Rads is just obsessed with her already. But it's a puppy. Of course everyone's going to be. So we have a chance to close below. I hope that we don't. Because that's going to have a very bearish sentiment, in my opinion. And yeah, so if we take a look on the 4-day, we see that the momentum is still going down. So I always look at time frames from the perspective of what time frame is it bullish up until. Okay? And then we're bullish on the 2-day. It's actually curving to the upside now. The daily finally crossed over. Okay? The daily crossed over again. Whenever we have a crossover where the BACD hovers really low on the bottom side, okay? The first crossover where the red one now becomes on the bottom and the blue crosses over, that one will usually not be the biggest rally. Like this one went from only 45 to 52K, but the second one that crosses over, which is now the third crossover you can say because they went over one time up, second time down, and the third time up, it has a higher probability of really doing some damage and crossing over in a way where we could rally high. Okay, so the daily right now, we crossed over. We got a dragonfly doji. Are you dreaming already? We got a dragonfly doji, which was really bullish. And then the bulls ended up trading above that range of 42,000, okay? So right now, in my previous video, I was talking about needing a break above $42,000 range, above this particular resistance, and we actually got it. And I mentioned that if we got this break here, Bitcoin is going to rally pretty hard, and it's going to carry tons of alts with it. And that's exactly what happened. You're able to see pretty much every single coin just do some really nice numbers to the upside here. You see Doge do a lot, right? Mizigo did huge as well. I'm scared of letting her fall down, so I can't use both hands too much. 31%. Rose did a huge amount as well. Rose did 81%. So coins, and this all started on the 10th. Looking on the 10th here of January, right? We rallied 12%. Coins like Rose, it ended up rallying a lot more from the 10th and on, 80%. One does a great number as well, does 48%. So every single coin just rallied huge, and that's usually what happens to alts whenever BTC rallies. We end up getting some sort of huge rally, and we get a multiplying percentage rally. So Bitcoin rallies 10%. There's a good chance that alts are going to rally a multiplying factor of that 10. So it could be anywhere between 1 to 3% times that original amount of Bitcoin. And that happens all the time. So right now, the way Bitcoin's trending is we're not sure if this is going to be another impulse wave to the upside or not. So we're holding roughly around this region right now, 42,000, 42,400 or so. If Bitcoin ends up holding here, there's a really good chance we can get a higher retracement to the upside, especially if Bitcoin ends up if Bitcoin holds here, there's a high chance of it going to the upside because we have a daily that's rallying right now. But if you take a look at it from the perspective of, say, this right here, how I'm showing you it on the 3-day, right? On the 3-day, like that, for example, we're kind of topped out. Like there's many different ways to draw it, and I don't want to draw something that just fits the bill. But if I had to draw a resistance where there's one bull trap region up there, right? Something like this. It seems to make sense where this could be considered a trend line that could be holding, and a lot of this is bull trapped region to the top side, right? Just something like that, like just grazing it. It's not the best case scenario, but it seems like this region right here that we're in right now is going to be an apex that's going to slowly come to a conclusion over the next like week. Honestly, I can't see it doing more than this right now for the next week. We can't even break above the 45, or sorry, let's take a look at which EMA. So I always look at it from the perspective of which EMA is acting as the biggest resistance. And right now, it would be the 12-hour 55 EMA. It rejects there, right? So if this gets to the top side, we're probably going to get a rejection here as well. She's just sleeping right now. So right now, I'm really on the fence when it comes to Bitcoin. All the RSI and the MACD, it's in neutral territory. What do I call neutral? I call it neutral when the histogram, when the MACD is in the middle. It's on the x-axis going left to right, right? It's right at the zero line there, as in this line right there in the middle, okay? Like that line right there, it's in the middle. And because it is in the middle there, I can't see it breaking one way or the other. I can't predict it either. We have to let it come to conclusion. I also consider it neutral whenever RSI is in the middle, and also the middle as in between 35 and 65, okay? That's really neutral to me. And right now on the 8-hour, we're the same. Like it's very close to neutral there. 12 hours a little bit on the low side, but still not that low. So I'm really on the fence right now with Bitcoin, and I couldn't lean towards any direction. Earlier, I've been very, very bullish for the past few days, if you remember my other technical analysis videos. But for once, I'm actually really, really neutral. So that's kind of my conclusion for the day. I just wanted to get that off of my chest for you guys. But there's a lot of other opportunities, right? There's Doge. That's a huge coin right now to be trading. Lots of potential gains here. Maybe there's one more wave to the upside still. You know, Kava has been on a tear lately as well. Really good coin to be trading right now. Lots of coins are rallying to the high side. So my next video for the Discord group, I'm going to be focusing on what coin to be day trading. So I'll catch you guys later. I apologize for the very short video and taking up a lot of your time at the beginning. I just want to introduce Ellie. She's part of the team now. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye now.